Araneo TLC taking shape, Lost Colony getting a PvP upgrade, and the EU server transfer issues solved. Alright Dodo crew, it is Frodo and welcome to your regular ARK news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and share. Let's get into it. The Araneo TLC is taking shape and Wildcard says it won't be long before we get to see how the creature will look like and what it can do. We've just received some new artwork that gives us our first clear look at the new Araneo. You can immediately spot several changes. For one thing, the new Araneo looks much more menacing compared to the old model. It has longer fangs, more spider-like legs, and the rider is positioned much further forward on the spider. At the same time, you get a sense of what abilities the spider will have. On the one hand, you see the player riding across the spider's web and easily climbing through one of the large caves, which could mean that the spider will be suitable as a cave mount in the future. In addition, there's a player in the background who's been webbed by a spider and can no longer move. This ability somewhat already exists, but it's rarely used because it is pretty useless. I have high hopes that this ability will be put to good use. For example, to defend against snow owls, dinies and PT bombers when they're flying through the spider webs. I also hope that the Araneo can now climb walls and ceilings and maybe build some kind of spider web trap similar to the plant Y, but hanging from the ceiling. One that causes you to slow down more and more as you fly or run through it, until you eventually get stuck, depending on how big the creature is, for example. Wildcard says they have reworked how it moves, how it hunts and where it fits within ARK's ecosystem, with a focus on making it feel purposeful at many stages of the game, which indicates for me that it could be a mid or late game theme that can be used either to gather artifacts or some special uses in PvP. Previously it was pretty overlooked as a mount. The Araneo is now stepping into a whole new role. Thanks to new saddles and better mobility, it's turning into a versatile option that combines ambush gameplay with strong tactical support. Whether you're weaving through tight terrain or setting up the perfect drop from above, this is a creature poised to change the way we hunt. If you're building in a cave on Lost Colony right now, you might want to move. And if you're playing PvP, this might not be a big issue because no one is playing Lost Colony right now. Wildcard is making major changes to cave entrances in ARK Survival Ascended, especially targeting PvP players. And some of these changes could wipe structures when the update drops. The main goal here is to fix a long-standing issue. Many cave spots simply weren't worth building. To address this, Wildcard is tightening choke points, making entrances smaller and easier to defend, which should open up stronger and more viable base locations for PvP players. Any structures built directly inside these choke points will be destroyed on the update. This affects official PvP servers and any unofficial servers with cave building enabled, so if you build in these areas, you'll need to move before the patch goes live. Wildcard also provided all locations they will change and shows proper before and after images, where you can see a stego for scale. First three changes will be the ruins of the Ascended Cavern at 82.5 and 68.2, 82.7 and 74.4, and 98.2 and 76.9, which shows that the huge entrances will be narrowed down by a lot, but it still looks like a stego or tri could fit inside. Depending on the inside of this cave, this could be used to easily shoot riders from their creature. To be honest, I don't know if these changes are drastic, because I'm pretty sure this cave has multiple entrances, which means there aren't many tribes building in there anyway. The next changes affect the Cavern of the Whispering Needle at 57.2 and 28.3 and 39.1 and 26. These changes look better to me, since it actually seems so narrow that stegos and other creatures no longer fit through the entrances, making these entrances significantly stronger. Even though this cave itself has two entrances again, they now seem much easier to defend. And the final change affects the Cavern of the Sapphire Cascades at coordinates 3 and 30.3. The entrance will become significantly smaller and can no longer be entered by creatures, which likely makes the cave the best one on Lost Colony now. PvE players don't need to worry. While the entrances themselves will change, existing builds on official PvE will remain untouched. The update is currently scheduled for the 27th of April. Overall, I don't think these changes are super significant, but in my opinion, they're an important sign. Lost Colony is effectively a dead map, because it's simply unplayable on PvP. With these changes, you get the feeling that Wildcard is starting to listen to the community again, and is open to their wishes. I'm curious to see where this leads to. To be honest, I don't think Lost Colony will be played more now, but I'll let myself be surprised, and will for sure check out the new caves when they arrive. Just to say it again, the update is currently scheduled for the 27th of April. Transfer issues in ARK Ascended, which mainly affected players connecting through EU servers, are now fixed. The problem was caused by intermittent disruptions to cloud data services, preventing some transfers from completing properly. This led to reports of missing characters, items and creatures. The issue has now been resolved and services are stable again. In many cases, the missing data wasn't lost, but instead remained on the original server or within the ARK upload system. If you were affected, it's recommended to check your previous server and your upload. If your character is still missing, you can submit the form to restore your character. I will add the character restoration form in the video description. I hope you liked this video and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.